Hi, this is Rev Ed with today's Back Porch Devotional from Psalm 64. Hear my voice, O God, in my complaint. Preserve my life from dread of the enemy. Hide me from the secret plots of the wicked, from the throng of evildoers who whet their tongues like swords, who aim bitter words like arrows, shooting from ambush at the blameless, shooting at him suddenly and without fear. They hold fast to their evil purpose. They talk of laying snares secretly, thinking, who can see them? They search out injustice, saying, we have accomplished a diligent search. For the inward mind and heart of a man are deep. But God shoots his arrow at them. They are wounded suddenly. They are brought to ruin with their own tongues turned against them. All who see them will wag their heads. Then all mankind fears. They tell what God has brought about and ponder what he has done. Let the righteous one rejoice in the Lord and take refuge in him. Let all the upright in heart exult. This is another one of the Psalms of David, and David once again is under attack. But this time it is not a physical attack. This time he is being attacked with lies and with slander, a whispering campaign. People are plotting against him, and they're using their words. You know, we don't often stop and consider the power of our words, but we need to remember that words are extremely powerful. Whoever said, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, I don't believe had any real experience of life. We know that broken bones heal, but oftentimes words that are spoken against us can sink into our hearts and fester there for years and years, if not a lifetime. And in this case, David is dealing with people who are plotting against him. They are mounting some kind of a conspiracy, and they are probably telling lies about him. And there's nothing more frustrating than to know that people are lying about you, and there's not a whole lot that you can do about it other than just continue to walk in your integrity. And David is asking God for his protection. Notice also he says, preserve my life from the dread of the enemy. He's not asking to be taken out of this situation. He's just asking God to protect him from being afraid in this situation. And I think that's an important lesson for all of us. All too often we ask God to change our circumstances, when what we need is for God to give us the strength to not just endure, but to conquer in our circumstances, to transform and transcend our circumstances into a thing that brings glory to God and peace to us. When we're constantly spending our time angry with God over our circumstances, or perhaps angry at what others have said about us, we are not leaving room for God to work. And when we act that way, we also betray a lack of trust in God, who will act to protect the righteous. David is confident that the Lord will deal with these people. They think they can't be seen. They think no one sees them. But the truth is, God sees everything. He takes everything into account. And no one, you can rest assured, no one is going to get away with anything. And so what we have to be careful of are those who spread lies. And the only antidote for that is just to continue to walk in our integrity. You know, in this advent of a time when everybody with a cell phone can literally reach out to the whole world, it's incredible how fast untruth and lies and gossip spread. And so we have to be on guard against it. But mostly what we have to be on guard against is participating in it. I think gossip is one of the more socially acceptable sins in the church, along with gluttony for that matter. But oftentimes we mask it with our prayer requests. Well, tell me all the gory details so I'll know how to pray. Well, that's just nothing but a sordid desire to spread shameful things about other people. We have to watch our own mouths and put a guard over our own lips. We need to remember what Jesus said in Matthew chapter 12. He says, I tell you, on the day of judgment, people will give account for every careless word they speak. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. You know, if you could play a replay tape of everything you've ever said, particularly everything you've ever said in private about somebody else. I shudder to think of my own record, and I trust in God's forgiveness, and I trust that God will strengthen us to guard our tongues so that we may use our words to bless and not to curse. And what we have to know that if someone is lying about us, God will bring the truth to light. He is the protector of our reputation. We don't have to defend ourselves. We are secure in God's hands. And so we can let people chatter on all they want, knowing that God will deal with the liars and the gossips and those who spread malicious stuff about others. God will surely deal with them, and we will see justice done, and we will give him the glory. In the meantime, we need to guard our own mouths and make sure we are not participating in these things, and make sure we're not the ones that God is going to have to judge for all the careless words that we have uttered. So watch your mouth, and the best way to watch your mouth is to guard your heart. Let your heart be centered on God and his glory, and nothing but good words will come out of your mouth. God's blessings be upon you this day.